And welcome to
The
Girls'
Girls'
Corner. My name's Natalie Kay, and this is
Marcella Johnson.
I'm Bernard Lindsay.
And I'm Lindsay Austin.
And today we have a very funny show for you guys today.
Yes.
So, just to start it off, how's everybody's day going so far?
Great.
It's going fairly well. It's cold outside though. It's a little nippy out there.
It's getting nippy. How's classes?
All is well.
Class is
Productive
good.
day. How's your day?
It's going good, going good.
Great.
How about you, Lindsay? How's your day?
Lindsay fall asleep in class?
Oh no, I had like tests back to back, so no falling asleep.
I can dig
Yeah.
it.
So that's good. As you all know, we're getting to finals, midterms, then finals week. So you guys need to start studying, catch up on your readings or do some work, I guess, and make sure you pass your midterms. Moving on to programs, like what's happening around campus? What's going on? I heard there's parties going on. There's like light activities. What's going on?
There was I know the D-Phi Epsilon is having a little party today. Like they call it the Butterfly Social, if I'm not mistaken. They sent out flyers like through the dorms yesterday. I know that's going on. The LGBT.
TQ. Yeah, there's a gay vigil tonight to commemorate, some of the harmful acts towards the gay community.
Yes.
So that's to acknowledge all of those things. So that's happening in front of Kirkbride tonight at 7:30, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So
And that's also like they trying to spread the message of not bullying with
Definitely.
that.
Definitely.
They're talking about
that, yeah.
they're talking about heavily about that situation with the boy Tyler.
about what happened
And
in
when
Rutgers.
Rutgers, yeah.
So that they're doing that like
There was
that's
also just a recent event that occurred in the Bronx, like
Yeah.
a few days after what happened at Rutgers, and this kid was essentially lured into this house and was under the impression there would be a party, and there wasn't a party. They actually sodomized him and beat him up, and so.
Wow.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Wow.
Condition.
And to touch on briefly about it, because it is a crazy topic. It's been happening around ever since we started school, and it's sad to say. What are your perspectives? What are your views on people who do those things? Because honestly, I feel that that's completely ignorant. That's uncalled for, and they should be, they should, if not kicked out of school, there should be a law or something against that. And I know there's rules and regulations or there's policies and stuff, but I feel as if nobody implements them. They're just kind of going over, and it's it is what it is. And at the end of the day, we're all human.
Yeah.
So whether we do it to each other or do it to an animal, it's still wrong. So what are your views on that? How do you guys feel about it? Lindsay?
Personally, I think it's just hatred that they have in themselves. I don't think it's directed to that person per se, but people are afraid of the unknown. So if you're not gay, people kind of oh my gosh, that's disgusting. You're supposed to act a certain way. You're stereotyped as, well, you're very flamboyant. You talk a certain way, or if you're a girl, you have to dress a certain way. You have to look like a guy, and if you don't look like a guy, then you're just confused. You're not gay, and it's a lot. So I don't know. I just think it's pointless acts of violence. It's nothing that anybody can do about it, except for just continue to kill them with kindness.
Yeah. And what is your view on it? Because I do want to get Bernard's.
Yeah, definitely. I can't stand it, honestly. Honestly, it's one of my pet peeves. It makes me sick. I don't like it personally. I guess as you grow up and as you learn and stuff like that, I've learned to be open to all people. So I have no problem whatsoever with anybody of a different sexual orientation, of a different race, of a different color, or anything like that. I try to be open to all that. And I guess it just bothers me so much because it sickens me how cruel the world is, and it's really a bad thing. People are really seriously sick in the world, and it really breaks my heart because I don't like it. I just think that we should just accept one another. I really don't understand how people can get caught up in other people's lives. If it's not your business, fall back. You know what I mean? That's my philosophy. I'm not sitting there worried about what everybody else is doing. I'm focusing on me. I'm not sure how everybody is so focused on, what he's doing, what she's doing, and have enough time in their lives to spread rumors and create these acts of violence towards one another. I can't stand it.
I've got a prep for the cats. I don't have time for that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And Bernard, do you want to touch on it because you are?
Yeah.
Gay
Well, I just think it's so interesting because we are African American people, and a lot of African American people are not pro homosexuality. You find some people bashing them. You find that a lot of minority groups are doing these things, and it's interesting because gays can empathize with the, you know, African American race. It's like in terms of, you know, racism, you know, this issue against, you know, these issues against homosexuality are very similar to racism. You know, so just being a black homosexual male, it's a little bit harder for me, you know, where I have to deal with institutional racism. I have to deal with institutional biases against, you know, homosexuality. So it's really interesting to look at it from that viewpoint. But I empathize with you. It's sickening. Why do you give so much weight to something very small and has no relevance to you? Yeah, it just makes no sense. So.
And I remember when we were having this conversation about sexuality and how beginning of the modern day, I guess you want to say, people never questioned it. If you think about Greece and Rome, and there's no question of like, all right, well, you're a man and I'm a female. We can only be together. When technically there's been men with men since Roman and Greece.
I mean, the physiological response is just kind of the same. It's just a matter of preference now. And now it's just a matter of whether you're disgusted by it or if you're not disgusted. And so it's interesting, and I find it more interesting when someone gives it so much weight and you're not a homosexual, you know. So it doesn't concern you. So why are you concerned with it?
Yes.
And I think it's so sad from Tyler. What's his name? Tyler.
I forget his last name.
Tyler, for him to like he acted on something that he felt everybody would look down upon on him.
Yeah.
That's why he was so hidden. He was not open with his sexuality.
And
He's afraid. And it's devastating to know that he was inclined to jumping off of the George Washington Bridge, which is a few meters high. Tall. It's a scary thing. So.
And it's just, I mean, I don't know. Like I was totally crushed by that. I'm just like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, why can't people just let them feel comfortable in their skin? Like, I give props to all those people that are open, that don't care, like, will not let anybody break them down. You know what I mean? And just, this is who I am. You can either accept it or don't accept it. Like, I really respect people like that because it really takes a lot in this world. Because if it's not somebody else, it's something else. You know what I mean? And I look at like issues like homosexuality, it's like a preference to me. It's just like if you like a different color, like I like red and you might like blue, you know what I mean? Exactly. We can still get along and still be cool. I don't understand why it's such a big dynamic, just because, you know what I mean?
I agree, and in reference
like something else.
I mean, in reference to the government, I feel that the government also gives it entirely too much weight in terms of marriage and things like that. Marriage is solely economic binding. So I feel that, you know, honestly, there were like, I believe, 2.7 million people in the United States who were uninsured last year. You should be more concerned giving more that weight that you apply to homosexuality to issues like that. Seriously, like ethically and morally, I do believe that these are issues, these other circumstances that they should be combating and dealing with, rather than giving issues to more weight to issues such as a woman's right to choose or you know gays being married, because what it trickles down to is that people are going to do what they want to do. So
and they find a way to do it,
and they find their ways to do it.
Exactly. So. And I completely agree with you guys, because it's like government puts so much weight on it, like Bernard says, and at the end of the day people are going to do what they want to do. And then the fact that, you know, you can't tell somebody, well, you like you said, you like the color blue, but since we all like red, you have to like red. That's like, you can't do that. We have freedom of speech, and it goes, I guess it goes against our constitutions. We're all human,
it's
and it's like
a constitutional right to love whomever it is.
If I like a girl, if I like a guy, that's my own opinion, my own option. Everybody, you know, for this young man to have felt the need to kill himself because
he was afraid
of what the public eye would view him is unfortunate. It's crazy. And it's like, well, where do we stop the cycle? Because we had to fight for over and over again for just, you know, minorities in general. We had to fight for, you know, the whole black and white working together, living together. We had to fight amongst, you know, now we're fighting with the homosexuality, and it's like, it's sad. Why do we need to do that? Because everybody should live as one.
Yeah, definitely.
Completely, you know, walking around, we all do the same thing. It's not like you can't put a celebrity and a poor folk and just be like, well, you guys are completely different. At the end of the day, we all use the bathroom the same. We all work the same for our money? If
Definitely.
not, we all talk and look the same. We may not dress the same,
Well,
but we all are the
I
same
think
people.
just referring to history, these are the unfortunate societal ills in which
Yeah.
we are inclined to having to deal with.
Yeah.
As I said, as being a black male, or you being a black woman, or as a homosexual male, or whatever preference. Nowadays, you don't really need to be of any specific orientation to be hated or to be beaten up. You know what I mean? And it kind of sucks, and it's just another societal ill that seems to have been instilled in this particular decade. So we need to be working to combat these issues.
Yes.
And we are, and they are effective, but you can't control the actions of other people.
Yeah.
You know?
So, like,
I
what
also
kind of
think like
solutions can we